Now, the author further states that after they have had their breakfast, now this breakfast was also prepared by none other than the grandmother. So, after a breakfast of a thick, stale means no longer fresh and pleasant to eat, hard, musty, or dry. So, they used to eat this stale chapati with a little butter and sugar spread on it, and then they went to school. The grandmother carried several stale chapatis with her for the village dogs as well. Now, this is where we come to notice that the grandmother also had love and empathy towards those who are different to her. That is the other species. She was an animal lover also. She was a philanthropist, one would say. She was somebody who was very humane at her heart. Okay, and that's why she used to love animals as well. Now, the author says, my grandmother always went to school with me because the school was attached to the temple. Because she used to go and pray to the temple till the time the grandchild was studying in the school. The priest taught us the alphabet and the morning prayer, while the children sat in rows on either side of the veranda, singing the alphabet or the prayer in a chorus. My grandmother sat inside reading the scriptures. Okay, because she was a very religious lady, what she did while the grandchild is studying in the school, she used to go to the temple, sit there, have her peace of mind, and also read the sacred writings of their religious book. Okay, because obviously Khushwant Singh was somebody who was a Punjabi, and they have their own sacred religious book, so she used to read that. And when they both had finished, the grandchild and the grandmother both have finished with their work, they would walk back together. This time, the village dogs would meet us at the temple door. And what did the grandmother do? They both follow, okay? The dogs used to follow them, growling. Okay, growling means making a low guttural sound in the throat. Okay, so these dogs, why they are growling? Because they knew that the grandmother is going to offer them stale chapatis that she has brought for them. Okay, so these dogs used to get themselves fed every day from the grandmother. These dogs also knew that she was a very benevolent lady and she is going to feed them with the stale chapatis every day. Now we come to the climax of the story, where the story reaches its climax and Khushwant Singh and his grandmother moved to the city. And from here we see the turning point in their relationship. That is, from phase 2 onwards, we will see that there will be a turning point that will be there in the relationship of Khushwant Singh and his grandmother. And when his parents were comfortably settled in the city, they sent for the grandmother and the grandchild as well. And that was the turning point in their friendship. Although they shared the same room, but grandmother no longer came to school with him. And he used to go to an English school in a motor bus. Okay. Now let us summarize what all we have done till now. So we have learnt that the author lived with his grandmother in the village and they were good friends. His parents left him with her to settle in the city. The author's grandmother used to wake him up every morning and get him ready for school. Then she would recite her morning prayers while she bathed and dressed him up. And he loved her voice but would not try to memorize a word of what she spoke. She would make his things ready like a wooden slate, a tiny earthen ink pot and a red pen. He would eat a thick stale chapati with butter and sugar spread on it, and they both used to walk to school, and his grandmother carried stale chapatis with her to feed the village dogs, which tells us about the benevolent nature of the grandmother. His grandmother would accompany him to the school as the temple was attached to the school, and she used to visit the temple daily. On one side, he would sit in the veranda with other children, where others would sing the prayers in chorus. On the other hand, she would sit on the temple to read the scriptures. After finishing, they would walk back home together. The village dogs met them at the village door, and they would follow them to their home, growling and fighting with each other for the stale chapatis that the grandmother fed them. When his parents got settled in the city, they called them. That was the turning point in their friendship, and they no longer shared the same room, but she still tried to save the last knots of their relationship by time and again coming and having a glimpse or having a look at her grandson. Okay, and from this we know that how much the grandchild and the grandmother were attached to each other. Now, if you have any doubts regarding these few paragraphs that we have done today, kindly ping me on WhatsApp. Thank you so much.